Good morning students. Our subject is electrical machines 2. Today we are going to see here some topics from unit 1, that is synchronous generator. First topic is about construction of synchronous generator. Synchronous generator consists of a stator and a rotor, and it is classified into two types based on its rotor construction: salient pole and non-salient pole. Salient poles have projected poles and non-salient pole have smooth cylindrical surface, hence it is called as smooth cylindrical poles. Next one is working of synchronous generator. The field magnets in rotor are magnetized by applying DC supply to the field winding. Field windings are connected such that alternating north and south poles are produced. Rotor and field magnets are also driven by a prime mover. As rotor rotates, the armature conductors are cut by magnetic flux, and hence an EMF is induced in armature conductors which is on the stator. The direction of induced EMF can be found by Fleming's right-hand rule, and its frequency is given by F is equal to Pn by 120, where P represents number of rotor poles and N represents speed of rotor in RPM. On stator, windings are of two types: concentrated and distributed winding. In concentrated winding, one coil side is inside one slot under one pole, and other coil side is inside another slot under next pole. In distributed winding, conductors are placed in several slots under single pole. Next topic is about winding factor, which is defined as the product of distribution factor and coil span factor. That is, winding factor Kw is equal to Kd into Kc. Kd is distribution factor and Kc is coil span factor. Kd measures the resultant voltage of distributed winding regarding concentrated winding. Hence, Kd is given by the relation shown below as Kd is equal to sin m beta by 2 divided by m sin beta by 2. Kc is the measure of number of armature slots between two sides of a coil, which is given by Kc is equal to cos alpha by 2. And now we are going to derive an EMF equation of an alternator. As we know already, by Faraday's law, EMF induced per conductor in one revolution is d phi by dt, that is rate of change of flux. Here d phi is defined as p phi and dt is defined as 60 divided by ns seconds. Substituting this 2 in equation 1, it becomes p phi ns by 60. For p ns by 60, substitute f, which is frequency, that is E average is equal to 2 phi f volt. Hence average EMF per turn is 2 into 2 phi f volt, which is equal to 4 phi f volt. Average EMF induced in T phase turns is E phase average is equal to T phase into small e average, which is equal to 4 f phi T phase volt. RMS value of induced EMF E is calculated by multiplying the average E phase voltage by 1.1, which will give us 4.44 f phi T phase volt. This equation is called the EMF equation of an alternator. Next topic is about synchronous reactance. It is the reactance employed to account for voltage effect in armature circuit, which is given by the relation given below. And next topic is about armature reaction. It is the effect of armature flux on main flux when rotor ends are short circuited. When main flux get distorted, it is called as cross magnetizing effect, and when it is reduced, it is called as demagnetizing effect. When this occurs, net EMF induced get affected, and hence the performance of the machine degrades. Phasor diagram of non-salient pole synchronous generator connected to infinite bus. Phasor diagram was drawn for three conditions, that is under unity power factor load, lagging power factor load and leading power factor load. In unity power factor load, if we take voltage as reference, armature current IA was in phase. And in lagging power factor load, armature current IA lags the reference voltage V by some angle phi. And in leading power factor load, armature current I leads voltage V by an angle phi. And from this, resistance and reactance drop was drawn to obtain resultant EMF capital E. Next topic is about synchronizing and parallel operation. First, we are going to see what is meant by synchronization. The process of connecting two alternators in parallel is known as synchronizing. Here, one machine is told as running machine, which always carries the load, and other machine is the incoming machine, which has to be connected in parallel with the system when the load requirement is high. For operating two alternators in parallel, there are 4 conditions that need to be met. The first one is phase sequence of the two machines should be same. Line voltage of the two machines should be same. Phase angle of the two machines should be same, as well as the frequency of two machines need to be same. And next one is about synchronizing power and synchronizing torque. It is the power or torque that acts on the shaft of a synchronous machine when the rotational speed of motor deviates from synchronous speed and keeps machine always in synchronism, and it is given by the following equations. Next one is change of excitation and mechanical input. When excitation of synchronous generator is changed, the reactive power output changes, and when machine input to synchronous generator, that is when prime mover input or the mechanical input to the synchronous generator changes, its real power output changes, and this is shown in the following figure. That is, change of excitation affects the reactive power, and change of prime mover input, that is the mechanical input, changes the real power. And the last topic is about voltage regulation, which is defined as the difference between no load voltage and full load voltage to the full load voltage, and this is computed by 4 methods, which is given below. First one is EMF method, second one is MMF method, and third one is Poisson triangle method. Third one is Poisson triangle, and fourth one is ASA method. We can see all these 4 methods in next presentation. Now, thank you for listening.